Hey guys, I'm here at the Borgo near the Vatican. It is a street, as you can see, that is just chock-a-block with restaurants. So as I walked down this street, I was stopped by people right and left asking me to come on in and sit down at one of their restaurants. And this might lead many of you to think that you do not need reservations to eat out in Rome. Now, this is something that I get asked daily, if not several times a day. So that is the subject of today's video. Do you need restaurant reservations to eat out in Rome? The answer is technically no, you don't. You will always find some place to eat in Rome. If you come down here to the Borgo by the Vatican and you walk down the street, you will find plenty of places to eat. Not to mention sandwich shops and pizza by the slice. There's always going to be something to eat in Rome. But here's the thing. It is mid-April, it's midweek. I have friends in town visiting, and I've been trying to book us a restaurant for tonight, and they are all full. And what I mean by that is all of my favorite restaurants, all the restaurants on the website, the places that I really love, the really Roman restaurants, places where locals eat, they are all fully booked. I called maybe 10, 12 different places before I found one that had a room for us tonight. Quite a few places said that they could take us after 9 or 9:30, but we wanted to eat on the earlier side, and there was just nothing. Now, I get it. I understand when you're on vacation, you maybe don't want to be tied to a specific place and time. You don't want to make reservations because you don't know how you're going to feel at the end of the day. I remember when Elyssa and I had our B&B, and people would come back after a long day of sightseeing, and we'd say, "Where do you want to eat?" And they would just say, "We had a big lunch. We are exhausted. We are just laying down." And when we go sightseeing, when we go visit other cities, sometimes we don't want to have a plan and we just sort of make it up as we go along and we decide last minute. But the thing is that most of the really good restaurants, the restaurants where everybody wants to eat, the restaurants in the guidebooks, the restaurants on food blogs, the restaurants on websites like mine, those restaurants where you want to eat, where locals eat, those do get booked up. You can expect the really good Roman restaurants to be booked up year round, even in low season. Of course, Romans like to eat out and they fill these restaurants even in January. So if you want to eat at some of the most famous, the most sought after restaurants in Rome, you will need to book. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this video, would you please hit the like button below? I think it helps with the algorithm and I would really appreciate it. Thank you. So how long in advance do you have to book if you're trying to book one of these restaurants? Usually you can book a restaurant the same day for dinner that evening, but in the case of certain restaurants, you do need to book even a few days, even a few weeks in advance. So how do you book these restaurants? So to make restaurant reservations, I would say to call, but of course you may not feel like doing that. You may be uncomfortable calling up a restaurant where you're not sure if they're going to speak English. And if you're thinking of doing this from your home country, you may not feel like making a long distance call. Now, I would tell you to have your hotel concierge call for you, but I know that so many of you are opting for apartments and self-catering situations where you really don't have a concierge or anybody to help you. So if calling is not a good option for you, then there are online options. Not many restaurants in Rome have them, but a few do have online booking systems. And besides a restaurant website, many restaurants have Facebook pages, and on their Facebook pages, they have a way to book or to send a message. And if not Facebook, you can also try Instagram, of course. In some cases, the restaurant has an email and you can send an email, but I think the way that people prefer booking is through an online booking system, and we have something here that we use quite a lot, which is called The Fork. There are a few other online booking systems as well, so basically just do a web search for the restaurant where you want to book and see what online booking system comes up, and then you can use that. So the bottom line is that you will always find some place to eat in Rome, even someplace good if you don't have a reservation. But if there is some place that you really, really want to eat, you should try to get that reservation. And for more eating related videos, check out my playlist right here.